Hi there, it's Shell, and today we are going to continue working on our cover. I have a couple of ideas and some acrylic paints. This one is Golden Sunset. It's almost like a mustardy color, maybe a little bit darker. A couple of drops of ivory, territorial beige. These are apple barrel, fuchsia, and then just a white. So, and this one's all-purpose acrylic craft paint, Anita's. I don't know where I got it. So anyways, I was thinking about, what kind of style I want my cover to be in. So, and I pulled this page. I really love this, and I really love the colors on here. So, I'm just going to kind of do like a background look on these, maybe patches of color or something. I don't really have a great idea, but we're just going to kind of play and see what we can come up with. So, I do want to put a disclaimer out there. So, you guys listen to this. I know that when I am doing these videos, I ramble. So, there's no need to put it in the description. You should know that if you were watching my videos, I'm probably going to ramble in some of them, or in most of them. So, somebody wrote me and said, "You're rambling," and I know I ramble. And sometimes when you're sitting here and you're talking for an hour or whatever, you ramble, you kind of get in the zone. And sorry guys, I just wanted to put a disclaimer that I will ramble. So you don't have to tell me. Because I already know. So yeah, I know I'm a rambler. So anyways, I thought I would just kind of do like a white, I'm not going to worry too much if these colors blend in together. So like I'm not going to wait for my white to dry and my pink to dry, whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and just put them on as I want to. So on the other hand, guys, I want to thank you so much for your sweet comments. Not everyone is hateful, and maybe not even 10% of people are hateful in my comments, but sometimes you just think, really, was that necessary? Or they'll put something just hateful, and sometimes it just bugs you. So sorry, I'm trying not to focus on that, but I just thought, well, I'll just put a disclaimer.
Don't let it bother you.
I know, it's just...
That's how people are.
I know, yeah, it is. It's how people are, and it's just... Okay, so anyways, we're gonna leave that behind, but you guys were just making me laugh so hard on these comments. Janet, she's like, oh, I picked one of those up and I put it down like 3 times, and she told me about the conversation she has with herself. And I totally understand, Janet. I have the same conversation with myself. What are you going to do with it when you get it home? Nuh-uh. I have a cat over here trying to get into my water. Some of you probably know this, but not all paints are cat friendly. Some of like watercolors and stuff are actually poisonous to cats, or pets. So I just try not to let my animals drink anything that has any paint or anything in it. And I am right-handed. I don't know why I'm doing that all with my left hand. You can't even see what I'm doing. So I don't know how this is going to work. We did put that gesso on. And, you know, I mean, my white paint has a little bit of dry spots on the inside. I'm not going to let that bother me too much because I don't mind that there's a texture in my, on my cover. So I'm just kind of seeing what it can do. And I may need to let this paint dry. We'll see. You know, like right there where I kind of went across it, it did kind of peel up. So today is Saturday and it is so beautiful outside. It so looks like spring. We have dark patches in the, uh-oh, what's that? Sorry. I don't know how. She had white spots on her head, on her whiskers. But, you know, it's just a beautiful spring day. It kind of feels like spring out. Most of the snow has melted off. And it's just a beautiful day. So I just kind of wanted to play a little bit. I spent some time working in my craft room this morning. I'm trying to make myself get up and work in there a few hours a week. And, you know, for some of you new subscribers, what I do is I work out in the living room. We have hardwood floors. Yeah, we have the cats and stuff. And, you know, I just like being in the center of attention. I don't like to, not center of attention, but, you know, being around others, cats and hubby and, you know, things like that. So I do, you know, craft out here, but I do have a room for all my stuff. And I also have a craft shed that I call it my overflow. So you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just rinsing out my brush. So like, you know, I have a lot of fabric, I have a lot of, you know, yarns, stuff like that that are out in the shed. Anything that I'm not going to use like right now is out in the shed. So I don't know, guys. I'm going to let this dry, I suppose, because I'm not happy with how it's peeling up and stuff. We're going to let the first layer dry. Let me go put that up, and I'll come back and we'll start working on the inserts, and hopefully we'll come up with something as we go. Okay, guys. So I went ahead and moved my cover into the kitchen so that I can have more room, and that's drying. I'm going to raise this up a little bit. Don't feel like I'm in a good... Okay, there goes the cat. Buzzes everywhere. Okay, so, you know, I was thinking, how do I want to decorate this? You know, I could have used some cardstock and just punch some holes and go like that, but I really wanted to make it a junk journal style. So I have some of these huge coffee dye papers, and these are like 14 inches, I think, that I got from GT Designs on Etsy. And if I remember, I will link it below. But she does beautiful coffee dye papers. And my thought, and this is the reason I was thinking of these, is they're nice, they're big, and I can probably fold them in half to make like a sturdier page, because I do want this to look kind of junk journaling. So I'm going to fold a couple of these in half. You know, it's actually a really good fit, because, I mean, it'll be just under, you know, the size of our binders, and I think that will work really nicely. And then I will just trim off, you know, the top part. So my plan, and I think that will be stiff enough that I'm able to put some paper clips and some pockets, that kind of thing in here. So I am just, again, I am just going to go kind of like I did with the binders or the dividers, and I'm just going to put some ATG gun and maybe just a little bit of the glue. I don't think I need a lot of glue, and you know, if you do put too much, it will kind of buckle, but as it dries, it usually straightens itself out. Again, I'm using art glitter glue, and this is in my description, a link. So mainly I'm just going to do that. I figured we'll do a few pages, and then I will kind of show you how I thought about decorating them. So I'm just going to, like, preparing them for my paper clips, things like that. Mainly I want them, you know, like on the edges. Up the top, I know I'm going to cut that down. So, you know, I figure just right at an inch or so. And then on this side, I'm not going to worry about it because we won't be cutting that. So I'm going to see if I can do this without too much hassle. And I think that's going to be really cute in our binders. Now, if I wanted to, I could put, you know, my holes on this side or on the folded side. It's just, you know, whatever I decide to do. If you don't have this, and you kind of want to do the same thing that I'm doing, then just maybe put two 8.5 by 11 sheets together. I thought about doing that, but I do have this beautiful paper that I just love from GT Designs, and I really wanted, you know, like that. I forgot to fold it. I think I'm going to regret that. So let me just think. I'm going to put it down on my nonstick mat, which is also linked below. And I'm going to go ahead and fold it because I'm afraid I'll mess it up if I don't fold it. And then by using the nonstick mat, I can just kind of put it back. I'll have to fold it, you know, on that line, but hopefully it won't be too horrible. There we go. But I think if I didn't fold it, I would really regret that. Oh. So yeah, it's just a beautiful day. We did run down to the post office, but as most of you know, our post office is, you know, not very far away. And I think I'm just going to call that good. But I really wanted, you know, that thickness and kind of the yumminess of a junk journal. You know, I really love all of the textures and stuff that a junk journal has. I really love this side, so I'm going to just go on this side. So I've had some really awesome comments about people who have some of these journals in their stash, you know, or, you know, you're like me back in the day when we had our mail order and we were getting one like once a month of this particular binder. But, you know, here's a good way to use them. And, you know, they always seem to have binders at thrift stores. So again, I'm just kind of aiming for about an inch on the top. If I have to later, I can cut that off. I mean, I can. If I glue it down, I'm not going to worry about it, the part that I cut, you know. So let's just do, like, say 5 or 6. And we'll see what we can do after this. So I'm not 100% sure how my cover is going to come together. And I went back and kind of reminded myself on how Diane Shaw decorated hers. And, you know, she was kind of the same way. She's like, I don't know if this is going to work. And she did try a few things before, you know, she got it to where she wanted it. It turned out so cute, though. You know, it's kind of like a mixed media project. If you guys are familiar with mixed media, you kind of are working on it, and you're thinking, oh, this so isn't going to work. It's turning out horrible, and then suddenly it all comes together. So I'm hoping that that's what will happen with this this journal. So you guys wish me luck. So let's just do one more, I think. Just so that we have something that we can work with. And I kind of wanted to show you guys my idea. If you are still interested in seeing how the cover turns out, then leave me a comment below. Because I will probably finish that in either another video or on my own. Depending on how many people, you know, want to see that particular video. Because you know, I'm going to keep messing with it until it turns out. So, you know, it might turn out the next time I go to add my paint. And I might have to, you know, you just never know how something's going to turn out. But let me know. And be nice. I know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. And, you know, it didn't, you know, and I know. The comment about me rambling didn't really bother me. I was just thinking, well, duh. You know, of course I'm rambling. Sometimes when you're sitting there talking to yourself for an hour, you're going to ramble. Even though I'm talking to you guys. Okay, so I am going to grab my cutter. And something fell on the floor, so sister's over there looking. I'm going to make sure that I am cutting the right side. Okay, so I know that side's not glued down. And I'm going to go ahead and measure. That way I cut them all the same, you know, size. So it is 10 3/4. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut them down to 9 or 9 1/4. I'm going to cut them all down to 9, I think. Ooh. To 9 inches. That will give me a little bit extra room on the top and the bottom. And so it's actually quite a bit more than that. That, when it goes in my book, I think that'll be like perfect. So, can you see that? There you go. So I like that. And isn't this funny? It looks like a chat bubble. That was going in my journal. In fact, I might just journal or something in there. I don't know. What you see when you're creating. Sorry, I'm looking for a pen. Oh wait, I think I saw a pencil. Here it is. So I'm just going to kind of mark it. I'm just kind of, you guys can't see me. There we go. So I just have it like centered in between this piece right here. And I think the easiest thing to do is just kind of mark it and then use one of these as my template. So yeah, that was my excitement for today. It lasted about 2 seconds. Oh. So I have an order from Hobby Lobby coming, and they said it's supposed to be delivered on a Saturday. It's from FedEx. It's supposed to be delivered on Saturday, and I was not aware that FedEx delivers on Saturday. So we'll see if it gets here or not. I did want you know, went down to check mail, and we have a new girl there, so takes her a while to put the packages up because, you know, when you're new, it's just hard to get everything put up really quick. So it could still be down at the post office. I haven't went back, and I don't even think it would fit in one of those little lockers. We only have our post office open 2 hours on the weekends. So what I'm doing is I'm punching on the folded side, and I'm just punching them all on the folded side just because I want, you know, that. Want them all to kind of look alike. And I just thought it would be fun to use this coffee dyed paper as my pages. You know, you could certainly use, and I thought about using, you know, scrapbook paper, because like I said, I have tons of scrapbook paper, but I just thought it would be fun to kind of make it more, you know, like a junk journal that hopefully will hold a lot of my items. Okay. So we have these, you know, you could coffee or distress ink around them. I don't think I'm going to even worry about it because they're all pretty nice. You know, I have a little piece that might not be glued down very well, but if it's coming up, and since it's mine, I can always come back and glue it down. So let me go grab some of my samples, my paper clips and stuff, and I will be right back, and I'll show you how I am thinking about attaching them to these pages. I'll be right back. Okay, so I grabbed my drawer, and as you can tell, I've been kind of throwing stuff in here. So I'm just going to pull one of each item out. So I think I'll pull that little guy out. A pocket. I just want a plain one. Let's do a paper clip. Let's do practice kindness. I feel like that today. Practicing kindness always helps. One of our little these paper clips, if you're interested in learning more about these, I do have a paper clip series on my channel, so you can go to playlist, or you can just kind of scroll down. It was about 2 weeks ago or so. I do want one of these. Let's see. I want one of these, but I'm going to take this one because it's one I probably wouldn't use that often. So I think I'm going to take this pocket. And these pockets are in my pocket series that I am doing right now. Here's like a tag paper clip. So I'm going to pull one of those. Just any of my paper clips, just to say, hey, oh yeah, I remember, you know, that I made that kind of thing. So here's a paper clip. These guys are in my paper clip series as well. These, I love these. I think these are so sweet. I think I have one. No, I don't. Sweet. Standing. Wonderful. I'll just use Admire. Be You Bravely. Let's go with that one. And, you know, I just wanted some of these little ideas in my journal or in my sample book. That way I can look at them at a later time and remember that I made those. So what I typically do is, you know, I finish a project, like 8 paper clips or whatever, and I kind of go directly into my bedroom or into my craft room, and I pop them in here. So they're not really, you know, I don't spend time organizing them or anything like that. I organize them at, you know, sometimes I'll just take a minute and organize them at a later time. But I mainly just don't want, you know, to lose them, so I try to put them all in one area. And let's see. So these are faux front pockets. I already have one of those. Wanted one of these. Let's see if I have one that's kind of finished. So here is it's kind of like a torn collage pocket. Have that on my channel. Have one of these. Use that one. Some little envelopes and little pockets. Some little tags. Some little book pages. Pockets. There's a lot in here. You know, you realize that they kind of start adding up, but you don't realize how much you have until you go back. And I think that color would go really nice in my pocket. Let's see, this this might take all evening. These are just like little ripped pieces that I can use as little tuck spots. That's a pocket. I do have some of these, but these are Patricia Viramontes, and I want to go ahead and finish it so I can look back at it, you know, as a finished product. I have this. I think I'll go ahead and use that. This one has like a pocket on both sides. I have that. Here's a little window pocket. And I think the last thing I have is in here. Let's see if I have any that are done. And I don't have those done yet either. So there's a couple of things I want to complete in here, you know, like a completed project, and then I will add them into that book. So I'm going to go ahead, oh wait, I have a couple of things in here, like a little stamp book, and then these itty bitty kind of library cards or library pockets. Let's see what's this. I think that goes in there. So, okay, I'm going to go put this up, and then we'll start putting some of our sample work into our book. Okay, so I have a lot of my scraps here, and I kind of wanted to utilize as much on my pages as I can. And I think I'm just going to cut some down and make like crossbars. So, oops. So I'm just going to kind of trim these down. And let's do like 2 inches, I think, is a good size. And I want it to go all the way across this paper, so it's just under 8 1/2, so it's like 8 7/8 or something. 8 and whatever it is. Anyways, it's the line inside 8 1/2. So I'm going to do that. And then we'll kind of like glue it or sew it or something there. Okay, so I'm going to cut down a couple of these so I can reuse them. I don't know if that one's not quite 2 inches. Let me kind of do some of the 2-inch ones and see how far I can get with that. And just under 8 1/2. Oops. Papers are flying everywhere. So I did want to, you know, like I said, utilize all of my scraps and stuff from my papers that I am, you know, have already picked out for my book. That way it'll kind of bring the book together. And these are papers that I really, really like. Oh, I was trying to figure out what I did there. You know, so like I said, I want it to be a nice book. I want to, you know, enjoy opening it and have it nicely decorated and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, I could have just popped it in there, but I kind of wanted to have fun, be a little bit creative. Not sure that's going to be the size I need it to be, or straight. It looks pretty straight though. I'm just kind of trying to make it a little bit easier on myself. And then hopefully that first white cover will be pretty dry. One, and maybe we can come back to that in this video. I'm not sure, but you know, we live in a pretty dry climate, so it could dry pretty quickly, but we'll check it. Okay, so I have a few of these, and these are just plain papers. They're not a cardstock or anything. And, you know, you could probably double up, you know, on a cardstock. I thought I would see how well it's going to work first before I, you know, put cardstock or something on it. Because I'm really not going to be, you know, taking my paper clips out. I figured what I would do is just kind of put them in there, and then as I needed to make new embellishments, then I can, you know, refer to that book, but not necessarily, you know, take them in and out, unless I need to look at them, you know. But I think it's going to work for what I wanted to do, so we'll find out, you know. This is just me experimenting. Let's see. And if you're doing, you know, similar stuff, like this is just a strip of paper, save these, because I do have an idea for those as well, actually in the next week. Let's see. Don't think that's 2 inches. And even these little strings, you can save those too. I don't typically save a bunch of the itty bitty things, and I know it's horrible. I have been told that I should save everything, but you know, sometimes you just can't. Okay, so, oh, this one will work. I think I got them pretty much all cut down. So, down and grab my things that fell. And these that didn't work, I'm going to just pop over there. Some little ones. Some little scraps. Okay, so here's my idea. I need my art glitter glue. This, and I think it's clogged. This glue dries so quickly, it clogs really, really fast. Okay, so what I was thinking is taking one of these and just kind of lining it up, and I was hoping to get like 3 on this page. So let's see what we can do. Because I do have, let me see, that very first one, this one. You know, I want it to hang nice, like when it's on here, and not like cover up the one below. So let's see how that's going to work. So I may just kind of put it further up, and as long as I don't cover up the back, I can, you know, punch a hole. Right now I'm just going to glue just a little bit on either side. Just kind of, you know, I'm not going to really measure or anything like that. Try to get it kind of straight. We'll see how that works. And then put one here, and then maybe like one here. So just kind of mixing and matching. Maybe I just, nope, put it down. Because I do have that really long one, so I do want to account for that. And I just kind of looked, and in fact I want to wait on that one. Just going to kind of mix and match my colors. And you know, you're not really going to see a lot of color on these, but you know, you may as well use what you have. Okay, so let me see if I have my scissors right here. Okay, so I grabbed my scissors. My husband sharpened these for me today, and all he did is, you know, use some aluminum foil and just cut through that a few times, and they're really nice and sharp. So, as a tip, he told me to tell you guys that.
Well, it sucks having those scissors.
It does. It's really nice, and I didn't ask him or anything. He's just like, give me your scissors. I want to sharpen them. So that was a sweet thing. Okay, so grab my punch again, and before I put anything on the back, of course, I'm going to go ahead and punch. And I think this is going to work out really nice. So we shall see. Okay. And I guess since I put those on the holes, you know, that's going to be like an additional, hole reinforcer. That's the word I was thinking of. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of play with the ones I have now, just to kind of see, you know, do I need more? And that was one reason I wanted to do the binder, because, you know, if I need extra page for paper clips, I don't know why that's not laying, it's just kind of, okay, good enough. But, you know, just kind of think about, you know, how I would use this. This is a paper clip, maybe. I want my longer ones at the top. Not that it really matters, but I'm just going to kind of guesstimate it first. But see, that one's probably going to, maybe I want it on the bottom. So much for my planning. That'll be fine. I'll just, you know, I just live with it. But, I mean, man, they went on so nice, and, you know, they just kind of slipped on there. So, let's just kind of play with them and see what we have. Maybe this one here. And this one here. I love this one. Be You Bravely. I think that's really sweet. Put one here. This one here. I have more than I thought I would have. This one here. This one, look at this one, isn't that pretty? It says practice kindness. Okay, let's see. I don't want that one there. Oh, I tell you guys. Because it's hanging down, and, you know, I don't think it'll be an issue, but I also plan to, like, put this on a bookshelf so I can just kind of refer to it, pull it out, look at it, and then put it back. So, you know, my little beads are messed up, and that's okay though. I'm just going to leave it. But see how they hang down? They kind of hang down the same. So I definitely need more because my front's kind of full already. So let's see what else how many more I need. I have this one, this one, which actually I'll put that in a different direction. So maybe this page, and then we'll see how that goes. So, of course, now I'm going to take them all off. But I kind of wanted to have an idea of what I needed. And see, they're not, I think they'll fit on there really nice. They're not too heavy that they're going to rip the paper or anything. And as long as I'm careful when I kind of pull them off, I think that will work really nicely. And in fact, I think I am going to make a this for the long one. We're going to try it anyways. Oh, I tell ya. Come on, you can come out. Oh, cool. I got my thing. So I do have, you know, I had to replace my pen. However, this one will rust. So when you get these, you have to get like a stainless steel stick pen, or it'll rust. And the one I replaced, the one I lost with, rusts. So I will have to find another one. I was really hoping these would work because they are, I have tons of them. But yeah, when it rusts, it turns your glue rusty. So every time you use it to start with, it'll be, you know, kind of bad. Okay, so I'm going to do this a different way since I messed up on the last one. Let's kind of put this down here, just a little bit further down. Because I hate having an area where you can't really use it. And I feel like that, you know, would have been a hindrance, kind of. And I'd probably go ahead and put another one down here on the bottom. Maybe this one. And as long as there's nothing hanging, I think that'll work really nice. So, the goats, I noticed, are kind of playing in the field. They haven't been in the field much because of all the snow. But I looked out there today and we are getting some green grass and stuff, and the goats were like running around and just having a fun time, as were the outside cats as well, because, you know, they like the green grass and being able to play and just have a good old time in this beautiful weather. Like I said, it won't be long before spring. And I think it'll be a fun spring. Hope it is anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these on. If I had thought about it, I may have came back and inked around the edges, but I'm not going to let that bother me this time. So let's just kind of put these on here. You know, the hangy downy ones. I think I like that better because I kind of, like I said, you know, I'm not wasting space on the other side. Okay, so let's but I love these, and as you could tell by my drawer, you know, I'm getting a lot of usage in there. Kind of built up pretty well, and you know, it's just hard to. And I did have my other book that I was using to put some samples in, but I just felt like it was getting really, really thick. So I went ahead and left the samples in there that I had already put in there, because I thought that they would kind of dress it up a little bit, and that, you know, I was quite fine with that. So it doesn't look too bad, but I think I'll move that one. Here's the front of the book. Let's see, it kind of popped up a little bit, so I just want to make sure it's going to fit where I want it to and look somewhat, you know, planned. And this one, if you guys haven't seen these are my manila folders, and you know the fold on the manila folder, I go ahead and I cut those down to 2.5, and then I just make a little paper clip out of them, make it into a little folder, and like that. So I think that's a cute idea. That is in my tutorials. So I have that one. Here's this one. See, I have other ones that I haven't even I forgot about. Okay, so let's see what all we have here. This one is just a teeny tiny envelope, and it has a little tag in there, so we can put this one here, you know, and then I can kind of flip through it and see what I want to do. Okay, so let's move to another piece of paper. So one thing I was thinking about is, you know, I have this, and this is just one that came to me when I was napping, and I folded it down, and then I made 2 pockets on the inside that you could put a tag, and I need to put my tags in there. But I thought this would be fun just to put over the top of a page. So actually, let me grab some more paper clips. Let me see. Oh, actually, I wanted to use these anyways. But baby. So anyways, I had forgotten about these, but look at these. Aren't these adorable? So I thought they're little kitty cats paper clips that I found on Amazon in several different colors, and I thought that would be so cute to put, you know, like if somebody buys something from my Etsy store, or I want to send you Happy Mail or something. And I did want to put some of these in my book just to remind myself that I have them and I should use them. So I'm going to use them for that. Let's see what else I can put in here and see what I want to do. I thought about, let me show you guys. I have a couple of corners like this one. I thought that would be kind of fun to just glue on. You know, I don't want to have a bunch of empty space, so I just want to kind of use it. If I wasn't sure about how to use this or how to make this, I would probably just paper clip it in, but it's pretty simple, and I'm just going to glue it down just to remind myself, hey, that's another idea, you know, because if you're like me, you use the same ideas over and over, and then, you know, you're thinking, oh, I got to come up with something else, and, you know, go back and look in some of your journals or review your videos and find some different things. So I thought it would just be fun to put little ideas in here. So I still have a little bit of room. I have a pocket here if I want to use it, and I thought maybe, you know, I could, but that's not bright enough. So, and we can always visit that at another time, you know. Here's a little envelope that I make. And let's do that. Let's flip it over. See, we still have that design on this side as well. And kind of come up with another idea. So, that's not going to work. Okay, what about this one? Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? So it just has little envelopes. There's a little piece of paper in each one of them. And I made it into a little pocket. So I think I will be able to just see it and remember, you know, how it's going to work. And I'll just put that down here. But I think these are so cute. And actually, I had already forgotten about this idea when I went through my, you know, stash a while ago. So, you know, that's why it's good to have like a little remembrance. Okay, so let's kind of decorate this one. I have this a play on a Rita Donnelly flip. So if you guys have seen her, she made these kind of just a square. She folds it in half and then it's a flip. But what I did is I made it into a double flip. So I can put one on this side and one on, so it goes like that. So you have a flip on both sides of your page. I just thought that would be fun, and you know, I've used these for a while in my journals, and I thought it'd be kind of fun just to have a little play on it, you know. Like somebody said, you know, creators inspire other creators, and that is so true. And that's what's fun about doing things like this, you know. And there's a girl named Tora. Hi, Tora. She's in, where did she say she was? Iceland. And she has, you know, totally taken some of my paperclip ideas and stuff and made them her own, and has blown me away with what she does. It's just amazing. So we'll put that there. This is just like a, it could be a journaling card. And what I did is I used some corrugated cardboard. And I just kind of collaged on it, put a stamp and stuff. So I think I'm going to stick that in that pocket just as another idea. Let's see, this is also, this is a sliding pocket. So I have to decide, you know, what I want that. And I'll probably put that in another pocket. So let's go on this side. I think I'll go ahead and put, oh, that'll work. Put this one in here. And then I can put this pocket down. And I didn't know at the time who had made these pockets. But this, I believe, is a Crafty Irene inspiration. You know, I used to watch her years and years ago, and I haven't seen her, and I'm not sure where she is now, but Crafty Irena, I think is her name. And she did tons of beautiful work, and I'm pretty sure that's who inspired this one, even though I saw it on, oh, I thought you were calling me.
No, he's laying there.
So I thought I had, but I saw somebody mention her name. Sorry. All of a sudden. But here's another, you know, piece that could be I'd probably put a paper clip on that. I think that would be kind of fun. But I don't know where I'm going to put that. Let's see what this is. Here's another little thing. We'll stick this guy here. Actually, sticking here. And let's see, I need one more. Ooh, I think I might have enough. So one thing I want to do is I wanted to put this one, which is kind of, I thought it would be fun to do it kind of like a belly band. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop it in like a belly band, even though it doesn't go all the way across. So these, I believe, are in my Ephemera tutorials. If you're looking for anything that I do, all of my videos are in playlists. So you can just go to my channel, go to playlists, and you should be able to find these things pretty easily. So I think we're kind of about where, you know, I wanted to be. So this is just like a little tuck. I'm trying to think, or I could have made it into, let's make it into a little pocket. That was kind of my idea, you know, maybe a little pocket. And I'm just going to pop it here. That way I can look at it, but all it is some music paper, coffee dyed paper on the back, so I could have used it for journaling. And then I just did a little pocket, says the best is yet to come. And then there's an itty bitty pocket right there that I'm just going to stick that little guy in. And I think I'm going to have enough room. How fun. Okay, so I do want to use this, and typically I would have had this on the other side of a page. May have to make another page real quick. Okay, let's do that, because I still have these two items as well as this one, and I know I'll need more. This is a faux front envelope that I changed from an envelope into just like a faux front pocket. So, because we are doing a pocket series right now, and I'll show it to you guys. So it just kind of, if you're familiar with Gayle Agostinelli, she inspired this, and this just kind of pops out. Probably. There we go. So I figured it would still work as a pocket because your pages are usually pretty flexible and you can kind of do that. And then it has like a pocket on the inside and a pocket in the back. So that's another fun idea. Let's see, what else do I have? I have this I want to put on another page. I have this. I have these. So like this, I made it as a little, kind of like, it's a paper clip charm, but I gotta get them to lay the right way. And then this kind of will hang like on the end outside of a page, like that. And I have another one of those to go in, and slide it all the way down. This is another style, and it has like washi tape, and then it has like a little charm on it. So I think that's pretty cute. And let's see, I have those, and let me go ahead and make one more page. And like I said, this was my idea, to just be able to pop a page in when I needed it. And you know, if I do, my book does get too big, I can easily create another book. Oh man, I can't believe I did that again. I'm going to try it like this. It's not perfect, but it's okay. But, you know, I wanted to easily be able to take and remove pages or add pages as I needed them. No. Okay. So, that one's really, really crooked and awful. I'll say save that for tags or journaling. Oh, I tell you. I'm not sure how long this video is, guys. Let's see. Okay. So I wanted to fold it first, as I did in the beginning. And because I knew that if I got it glued down, I would have issues, which shows I was right, because I did. And then I'm just using some of my art glitter glue again, just to go along the edge so that, you know, it glues down nice and simple. Okay. And then we will try to do that. Okay, so, but, you know, I can always use that, like I said, that folded piece. I can use it for journaling cards or whatever I need to. I'm going to cut it down to a 9. Use one of my other pages as my template, just to make sure I have it the right thing for the holes. And see, these don't take that long. You know, once you kind of figure out what you're going to do, it really just doesn't take that long. And hopefully I got those lined up right. Last time I just, it'll be fine. Okay, so now I just want to put the rest of my little goodies on here. I did want this to go along the edge because that's just how I had, you know, figured it out in my head that I would use them. So kind of want to make sure that, you know, I'm going to use them in the way I had kind of envisioned. So if you wanted to, and I have made these, is I just put like glue along the edge up, and then it'll look like a tuck spot. But I'm just going to say it's a decoration. So, and then I am going to go ahead and glue this one down. I think this was the only other one besides this one. And I'll show you what I'm going to do here. This is from my Pocket series, and it's a play on an envelope for a greeting card. And then when you put it in your book, it pulls down. You can journal, and then you can put it back up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put another one of these little Key Cat paper clips right there. And you can, you know, put a decorative paper clip or something, but it'll hold it in place, you know, while you have it stored in your book. So now, oops, forgot this little guy, and I'm just going to pop him in here, I think. So anything you put in your pocket, you know, if you want to pull it apart, then you'll have to remove it, but that doesn't bother me. And then there's also a tuck spot behind it. And I think that's all. I thought about putting these in the book, but I think I'll save that for another edition. You know, I will try to do more. If I don't get, you know, another part of this done, like the cover done and stuff this week, then we will pick it up again on next Saturday. So I'm just going to see how busy we are. You know, we have work coming in, things like that, and we'll see how we do. But I'm going to kind of just show you how thick this is. And then I will label my oh, and here's one. I will label my dividers, and like I'll put paper clips probably, or I think I will anyways, maybe I won't, but we'll see. you know. And if I do that, that'll be in an upcoming episode. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all of your sweet comments. And I hope this kind of gave you some inspiration on doing your own little sample book. Let me know in the comments below. Again, if you do want to see the completion of the cover and how I put it all together, and starting Monday, which is tomorrow, we will start our pocket series, and we'll have that for another 5 days, and then we will pick up here. I think we'll finish this, if I don't get any of it up this week. We'll finish this, and then we'll move on to like a junk journal. We'll start to finish. So, thanks for watching. Be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that little bell to be notified of my videos. I am putting them up daily right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. You guys have a wonderful day.